So what's this one you got in your hands here?
This is a Fender Squier Jazzmaster Baritone in Antigua. And the reason I pulled this one out is because I remember early on touring with the first incarnation of my solo band. It was called Frank Iero on the Celebration. We had toured over in Canada, and we went to this mall, and they had like a, not a guitar center, but like a smaller boutique, that had guitars and stuff like that. And they had this guitar. And I was like, oh, man, that's really cool. Antigua has always been one of those things where I was like, I don't know if I can pull it off, but I think it's kind of cool from afar. And I just sat down with this guitar and just started to play on it, and I never really played a baritone guitar before. That day, I got bit on, and I was like, oh, man, I started writing songs like in the store. I was like, I think I need to bring this home. So I didn't want to like deal with the border and all that stuff. So I called people at Fender. I was like, hey, listen, I'd love to purchase this if I can, have it sent to my house when I get home. And they did. And I mean, Fender's just always been amazing to work with. But playing on this baritone, I started to write songs. And I think it took me a while to see how I can incorporate that into the band I was singing in. And it all started to come to fruition, I think, on the third record, Barriers. Because there's quite a few songs on that record and in the new EP, Heaven is a Place, This is a Place, that the baritone kind of comes alive on. And one of those is the song Violence. And that's another song that people kind of ask me a bunch, like, what is the tuning on that and how is that played? And that song in particular is on a baritone. It's an A sharp, and so B.
Let's hear it.
Flat, and yeah, so. And that riff just kind of goes through the song. But it's one of those things where I think that song bounced around quite a bit, in different tunings, trying to figure out, like, what's the best tone for this song? Like, what kind of voicing do we need? And when I started playing it on the baritone in that tuning, I think that's when everything kind of came together.
Man, it's funny because, in your early interviews with my chem, you would say that, you're just thankful to be in a band that you can play guitar and you didn't have to worry about singing and playing guitar and, like, I guess, overcomplicating things. But obviously with the solo project, you're doing both, doing it well. And it's funny because we've never met, but we're kindred spirits because we're both Misfit fans. I'm from the Midwest, so no connection to New Jersey. But your singing is very Danzig-esque. Not like 20 Eyes Danzig, but like American Nightmare Danzig. Like that Elvis howl. So you got some singing chops, man.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's funny that you mentioned that because the other song on the Heaven EP is a song called Sewer Wolf, and that was the song that was like, all right, I wrote this song. I don't know if it's in our wheelhouse. Like, how do we pull this off? And it sounds to me like the person that should sing the song is Danzig. You know what I mean? And that song it's really fun, man. It's just like that. Let's see here. And that chorus, like, you have to just have this, like, bravado about you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, like, sing, like, I am the evilest motherfucker in the world. And that's like what is being channeled, I feel like, in that song, because it's so tough.
And then in between Violence and Sewer Wolf, there's a cover of R.E.M. So just in case you're not, everywhere in between.
But that's the thing. I feel like that EP, like, it's just 4 songs, but it's my record collection in 4 songs.
It's awesome.
You know what I mean? It's like, awesome. Yeah. So those are all my influences, man. That's where I came from. Like, it's funny to me that people can be like, only interested in one genre or like only listen to this specific thing or only play this specific thing. Like that would be so boring to me.
Yeah.
You know?